Hi, Angie here from MyNextTablet.com. Today with an unboxing of the brand new Honor Pad 8 that's available in Europe now. Alright, let's start the unboxing of the Honor Pad 8, which is available in Europe now, starting at around 350 euros, which at the moment is about 350 US dollars. Now, inside the packaging, we've got the tablet first, of course. It looks like a standard 12-inch tablet. Then we got the quick start guide and also the warranty card as usual. And then we are getting a standard USB Type-A to Type-C cable. And then the charger, of course. There's no pen included and there's also no keyboard cover that Honor is selling, at least not at the moment, and I don't think they will. As usual, a couple of hours have passed already since I shot the first part of this video. I already deleted an app. I played a bit with Google Chrome, YouTube, ran a benchmark, and played PUBG Mobile, watched a bit of Netflix, so I can tell you a little bit more about this tablet. And we're starting with the design and build quality, and this obviously is a bit larger than your typical 10-inch tablet because this has a 12-inch screen. It has symmetrical black screen bezels around the screen, and on the top we've got a 5-megapixel webcam that has a resolution of 5 megapixels, and you can use it to unlock the tablet using facial recognition, and that works really good, at least in good light. Now, this is a little bit smaller than the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus that I've got here, because the S8 Plus has a 12.4-inch display, so it's a little bit larger. But this is certainly larger than your standard 10-inch tablet that we usually get in this price range of 350 euros. Most tablets in this price range are 10 inches, 10.4 inches, sometimes 11 inches in size, but certainly not 12 inches. Now, even though it's relatively affordable, we are getting a full metal body on the back, which is in a dark blue. We are getting the Honor logo here in the middle, and then we've got another 5-megapixel camera on the back, and there's no LED flash and also no additional wide-angle camera or so. On the sides, we're getting a power button without a fingerprint scanner. There's no fingerprint scanner at all here. We are getting the volume controls over here. Then there's a USB-C port on this side, and I'm guessing it's USB-C 2.0, but I will check that for my final review. But since Honor is not saying that it's 3.1 or 3.2, I'm pretty sure it's 2.0. So I'm not expecting that you can attach external monitors in this price range. Then we are getting 2 speaker slots here and 2 speaker slots on this side. And in total, Honor is saying that this tablet has 8 speakers, 4 for the bass and 4 for the higher tones. And in fact, I watched a bit of YouTube already. The sound quality is pretty good, especially for this price range. And it's certainly very loud, especially again for this price range. It's 6.9 millimeters thin and weighs 520 grams, which also is light enough, especially for a 12-inch tablet. So much about the design of it, and then we can get over immediately to the screen. And as I said, it's 12 inches in size. It's a standard LCD with many good qualities. The viewing angles are quite wide. Colors look very good. It's fully laminated. Of course, it's not 120 Hz, but a standard 60 Hz panel, but all of that is fine. Also, the brightness is okay. It's certainly not the brightest, but bright enough, especially for inside use as a media tablet. Now, the downside is that the resolution is quite low. It's 2000 by 1200 pixels. Usually, we get this on a 10.4-inch tablet, the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite 2022 edition. And on that, the pixel density is fine. But on 12 inches, the pixel density is even lower. And when you look closely, especially at text and icons, then you can see a little bit of pixelation. Like you can see, especially compared to a high-resolution tablet, yeah, you can see that the pixel density is not as high. And I noticed that especially when watching a bit of YouTube, I noticed that the play button and the pause button, it just doesn't look as sharp as it should, or as it does on higher-end devices. So that's certainly one downside. Now, it's not the biggest downside because, I mean, it's still full HD, which is fine, but it could be higher. And especially when you consider that you can get the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE at around 100 euros more with a much higher pixel density, because that one on 12.4 inches has 2560 by 1600 pixels, which is a lot higher than Full HD on 12 inches. Now, on a positive note, you can watch Netflix with HD resolution here because this tablet has a wideband level of L1. That does sound normal, but it's not the case with all tablets, most certainly. And that is not the case with the Xiaomi Pad 5 Pro 12.4 inch that you can import in China, from China, at just like 50 euros more or so. So on that one, that's higher end, you cannot watch Netflix in HD. So if you're looking for a cheap 12-inch tablet, it's nice to know that you can watch Netflix in HD on here. So the screen is not amazing, but fine for this price range. Now let's get to the internal hardware. Inside the Honor Pad 8 runs a Qualcomm Snapdragon 680 octa-core processor, together with 6GB of RAM and a 128GB internal storage. There's no microSD card slot and also no LTE version. Now you can see my Geekbench 5 benchmark comparison here, and the comparison is very interesting because this tablet is actually weaker than the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 Lite 2022 edition, which costs about the same but is smaller but has an S Pen included. And you can also see that especially the graphics performance is a lot weaker than on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE that I mentioned already, which is another 12.4-inch mid-range tablet. It's a bit pricier, but has a higher resolution, better performance, as you can see here, and the S Pen is included, so that's a very interesting competitor that you should keep in mind. But it's also more powerful than the Samsung Galaxy Tab A8. But yeah, you can see here that the performance is more lower end due to the Snapdragon 680, and that's what my gaming test shows. You can play PUBG Mobile just fine. It runs very smoothly, like really well. You can have a lot of fun playing it on here, but you can set the graphics not to HD, but only to balanced, so quite low. On the S6 Lite 2022, which again costs about the same, you can set the graphics to HD. But on the Honor Pad 8, only balanced graphics. It runs great, but not with high graphics, which of course is a bit sad since we've got such a big screen here, and it would be nice to have nicer graphics on such a big screen. But I guess, Honor has to just, keep it a little bit balanced. When the screen resolution is low, the graphics performance does not need to be as high, and that's why they can offer a 12-inch tablet at 350 euros, which certainly is a unique selling point here. Everything else runs great, like especially single apps run great on here. You can do a little bit of multitasking, but I wouldn't do super intensive multitasking on here, but you can do that. For example, you can open apps in a free floating window, as you can see here. That's YouTube, and then you can also open it in a split screen view and then have two apps running at the same time. We can also start a video, and the performance is fine. You can watch a video and surf the web in Chrome a bit. That will work fine. Yeah, but more intensive tasks probably won't run as amazing. Like, I wouldn't use this tablet to edit videos with. For photo editing with Adobe Lightroom, it probably will be okay because Lightroom on Android actually does not need that much performance. But yeah, it's just not a high-end performing tablet. But you can see here, simple multitasking certainly works fine. Now let's get to the software, and that's a positive surprise since you can see this looks like a Huawei tablet, but Honor does not belong to Huawei anymore, and that's why they can have the Google Play Store, Google Services, all the Google apps, and it's running standard Android 12. We can quickly confirm that in the settings here. It's Android 12, and it looks like a Huawei tablet with a very similar UI, but here it's called Magic UI in version 6.1. But to me it looks like a Huawei tablet, like the gestures here, for example, are the same. Now that also means that the interface is customized quite heavily. We've got tons of settings, tons of pre-installed apps, and it looks a little bit different than standard Android, but basically it still is standard Android. You've got all the features like a split screen view like you've seen, plus the additional ones that Honor is offering. Here are all the pre-installed Google apps. Then you can change themes. There's an official Notes app, a calendar, a Files app, a couple of tools like a calculator and an audio recorder. Here was Booking.com, an app, WPS Office is pre-installed, Facebook and Netflix. Those are ads and you can deinstall them, uninstall them very easily. That works great. I tested that with one app already. And of course, Netflix, as I said, you've got a Wi-Fi level of L1 here, so it's pre-installed. You can just start watching some Netflix, but these apps are free in the App Store anyways. So we've got this little dock here, but this is not Android 12L. So yes, we have this dock, but there's no taskbar here at the bottom like we get with Android 12L. I hope we will get that update, but I'm really not sure how Honor will handle updates on this tablet. Usually Honor and Huawei tablets do get some updates, but the question always is how long will it be updated? Alright, that's my unboxing of the Honor Pad 8. I'm excited to start my review now, and especially I will compare it to the Galaxy Tab S7 FE because those two are really direct competitors, even though there's a price difference of around 100 euros and maybe a bit more because the S7 FE is 1 year old already, so it has some discounts while the Honor Pad 8 does not have any discounts yet. So maybe this will get even cheaper compared to the S7 FE. My first impressions are there are like two sides to it. On the one hand, it's really nice that we get a 12-inch tablet for 350 euros and $350. At this price, to have a large tablet, that's very nice because many people want a large tablet for watching movies, doing video chats. It's really nice to have a large tablet at home for that. And then at this cheap price point, that's very, very unique, and this really is a unique selling point of Honor. On a negative note, the screen resolution is really not high. Like the pixel density is quite low. Every cheap phone has a higher pixel density. And now it's not the end of the world because a 12-inch tablet you're not putting closely in front of your nose, and if you're having it on a table or a little bit relaxed away of you, then obviously you don't see any pixels, then the resolution is fine. But if you're used to higher end devices with a higher pixel density, then it's noticeable that we don't have a super high resolution here. The performance is not amazing either. You've seen those benchmarks, but actually at this low resolution, the real life performance is fine. It's well balanced because, the processor doesn't have to move as many pixels here. But this obviously is not a high-end gaming machine. As I said, PUBG Mobile can only be played with low balanced settings and not even with HD settings, which, by the way, even very cheap tablets like I think the Amazon Fire HD 10 is even capable of playing PUBG Mobile in HD. So not the best gaming tablet, but I can imagine it to be a great entertainment tablet for watching YouTube, Netflix, surfing the web a bit, and doing some video chats. If you want, a large tablet at a very affordable price, this is basically your only choice. Like I said, you can pay a bit more and then you get the Galaxy Tab S7 FE, and it will be very interesting to compare these two. Subscribe to this channel to see that comparison. Alright, that's been my unboxing of the Honor Pad 8. If you have any questions, write them down below. I'm NJ from mynexttablet.com. Thanks for watching and see you next time.